I figured it should be over the top.
Ban him! Ban him!
All right, let me adjust the music a bit. How is everybody? Drama I'm here for. Hello, Miss Porkers. Good morning, everybody. I turned the music down too low. I can't hear it now. Well, you probably can. My volume's just jacked up. Play some of this. How is everybody doing? Who we got out there today? Raise your hand if you're in the chat today. Drama Meow? Okay. Full disclosure. There is, at any given point, little to zero drama in my life. And it's always been the case. Good morning. Okay, so I see Miss Porkers, I see Katie, I see Hoina, I see More Talk. Good morning. Hi, Babs. Corey, good morning. Shadow. Yeah, to be honest, I just when I did that stream title, I was just being problematically attention seeking. Not gonna lie, I'm on the edge of my seat waiting for Purple Daisy to see this. Yeah, I know she was. I'm sure she'll be very happy to see me streaming. LOL clickbait. Exactly. That's all that. Full disclosure, that was just clickbait. Oh, I'm ridiculous sometimes. I'm in a goofy mood this morning, so I figured that would be pretty fun. How has everybody been doing since the last time I streamed? I think it's been... When was the last time? I want to, like... I know you like this hat. Don't even try it. Thank you, Katie. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Oh, and there's a... I know you like this hat. Don't even try it. Twitch gave out one community... Oh, I wonder... Oh, is it still September? Oh... Nice. Well, thank you so much. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. But yeah, I think the last time I streamed, I think it's been at least 3 weeks. I can't remember if it was like end of September. We're at the end of September. Beginning of September. Maybe the first or second. I can't remember. Anyway, for those that were, that had been in my Discord, I had posted that I was going on hiatus and, for the foreseeable future. And at the time, I wasn't exactly sure, when I was planning on coming back or if I'd continue. But quite honestly, I mean, none of that had anything to do with streaming at all. It just turns out I needed a few weeks break. You got the special Twitch bonus sub, which means you have... Nice, there you go. Invasive question. What kind of TV is that behind you? The picture looks so crisp. And it is a Samsung? A Samsung something or another? I bought it years ago. In fact, one of the last few times I streamed in August, I was sharing a story with about how I had broken my leg, and I was laid up for quite some time in the house, and I bought that TV shortly after that. So it's been a long time already, because I think I broke my leg in like 2012 or something. Please don't remind me of that story. It's a good story. I like telling that story. Of course, the guys that were there with me, that story has kind of become a wives' tale at this point, because it's gone from me just making a goofy mistake and slipping and falling down a cliff to falling down a cliff while fighting off a bear with my pocket knife and all sorts of stuff. So it's been So yeah, and actually so right now I just have that monitor that's behind me on the wall. It's just connected to another laptop that I use for if I'm in my office here streaming, and that's just a background picture on my laptop that's sitting on top. You can see it sitting on top of the shelf. Just falling down a cliff. Yeah. Well, I mean, I say that I say it like that now, but at the time it was pretty rough. The good thing is I know I will never break my leg in that particular spot ever again because I've got a metal plate that's holding that bone. So if I ever break my leg again, it'll be in a different spot. But yeah, so like I was saying, when I had posted a message in my Discord a couple of weeks ago that I was going on hiatus, I wasn't sure when I'd come back, but I had been, so I think right after that, I was getting ready to go down to Florida. You guys want to hear a funny story? Talking about breaking bones here. I'll show you. I won't share all the graphic details. The story's not even as graphic as when I had broken my own leg. But so I was getting ready to go to Florida. Right after my last stream, I think I was leaving a couple of days later. Anyhow, either the day of my last stream or a day or two after, I get a call from my sister. Now, my dad. The reason I was going down to Florida is I was going to
give you uppies.
More talk. Thank you very much for the 200 bits. I appreciate you. I was going down to Florida because my dad had been down there for almost a month. My dad lives up here in Michigan, but we have family in Florida, so he had gone down to Florida like 3 weeks before then to stay with. I have an uncle down there, and I have an uncle, a grandmother down there, and an aunt. So he went down to hang out with my uncle for a couple of weeks. And then I was going to go down for the last weekend that he was there. Lady,
you like this hat.
Thank you so much. Thank you for the 13 months. I appreciate you. Good to see you again. Thanks for coming and support. But so he was scheduled to come home the weekend following when I was going down. Hi, Pistachio. So I was going to go down just for that last weekend, hang out with him down in Florida, hang out with my uncle. Oh, now that I'm talking about Florida, I've got a couple of goofy stories that some of you might appreciate this. So I was just going down to hang out for a couple of days and then fly back home with him because my dad is on the older side, and he's not the picture of health. So, I figured I'd fly down to Florida and help him get back. Excuse me. So that either later that day of my last stream, good morning, Katako, or the day after, I can't remember, it was right after, I get a call from my sister, and she says, Dad's in the hospital, which, I mean, it is not surprising any day of the week because, my dad is, like I said, he's in his 70s, he's not the healthiest of fellas, and he'd been down in Florida. It was so hot and humid down in Florida. Like that entire time was here. And then on top of that, he had, like right after he got to Florida, he had gotten COVID. So he spent like his entire first week of Florida down there, sick with what he believes with COVID. Of course, he never, I don't think he actually ever tested, but the way he was describing it, it sounded like he had COVID. Not that, yeah. Well, there's another story. I got several stories, and we got a lot of catching up to do. But anyway, so my sister calls me, said Dad's in the hospital, and I'm like, okay, well, what happened? And I knew he had been sick, a couple of weeks earlier from the COVID. I'm thinking, okay, maybe he had something going on from that. She's like, no, he fell and he broke his arm. And I'm thinking to myself, oh boy, this is going to be bad, because depending on how bad the break is, if he would have had to have surgery, My dad is not like the number one surgical candidate, right? They're always very concerned about with the idea of putting him under general anesthesia. So I called down there. He was in the hospital right when my sister called, so I called down there and um, spoke with my uncle's wife, and she said, yeah, he fell. He's okay. We're in the emergency room. And he said, but his cell phone battery had died. So, because I didn't call him directly, I just called her because I knew she was with him, and if he was, being seen by a doctor, I didn't want to call him directly. But anyway, his cell phone. Sorry to compare your dad to an old cat. I don't know why that. Look, my dad has had like way more than 9 lives. Let me tell you that. So he's very cat-like. Anyhow, so he broke his leg. He tripped over something. He was out running around with my uncle, because my uncle he's about 10 or 12 years younger than my dad. So he's in his early mid 60s, but he's still very active. And when my dad goes down to Florida to hang out with my uncle, he just loves running around with him, right? So they were out. Yeah, they were being boys, and they get out there, and they had gone to some they were going to just look at a car that my uncle was getting ready to buy or something. And my dad had gotten out and tripped on the curb or something, fell hard, broke his shoulder, hit his eye on the way down, or when he landed. So I get to Florida a couple of days later. I think it was like 2 or 3 days later. And so when my dad went to the hospital, they did an x-ray. They said, yeah, it's definitely broken. You need to see an orthopedic surgeon, or an orthopedist anyway, a specialist, so they can decide whether or not it's going to need surgery. So they had contacted an orthopedist while he was down there, but they said, well, let us look at your x-rays, but we'd rather not start treatment down here, since he really needs to get back up to Michigan and see an orthopedist there for treatment. They didn't want to start anything down in Florida. Him, end up having to go back up to Michigan if he needed surgery. So I get down there, yeah, and they didn't even cast him in the emergency room, because the orthopedist usually does that. But I get down there, and my man looks like he was just in the worst bar brawl. I mean, he's bless him. I mean, he was jacked up pretty good. Had his arm in a sling. His eye, when he hit the ground so hard that his eye had just swollen shut. I mean, there was just this big red bulb on his eye, and he couldn't see out of it. So the plan, yeah, badass grandpa. He's pretty badass. I'm not gonna lie. It looks like I don't know. I swear, if I didn't know he had fallen, I would have sworn that he and my uncle had gone into some Florida honky tonk down there and got into a bunch of trouble, and then just got the shit kicked out of him, because that's what he looked like. So I get down there, and I only spent, should have told people you're a little shy. So I ended up spending a couple of days down there, because I'm like, maybe we should just head back now, right? We can change the flights. We'll just get back. You need to see an orthopedist. And I'm very much like my dad. Of course, if anybody was in the stream when I was telling the story about when I broke my leg, I know where I get it from, because I'm like, Dad, maybe we should just get back to Michigan real quick. We'll change our plans, get back faster. You get to a doctor, and he's like, no. I'm fine. I'll be fine. I don't want to ruin your visit down here. Let's just hang out for a couple of days, and then I'll be fine. So that's what. So I let him convince me. Hello, everybody who's joining in. Desperado, good morning. So we ended up. So I did stay down there a couple of days. Had a great time, great visit. My dad just ended up kind of hanging out in my uncle's house, because he couldn't do much with us. but I got to got to spend some quality time with the family down there because I don't get to see them as often as I would like to. My family down there. Every time I go down there, it's a good time. My uncle and my cousins down there, they're really big into airboating. So one of the days that I was down there, we hopped on the airboat and went out riding. And here's another funny story. And I mean, I don't mean to offend anybody from Florida. I don't know if anybody is in the chat from Florida, but I say this because I have family in Florida and I relate to it directly. But everybody here is aware of the Florida man meme, right? Just the typical Florida man. Well, that kind of describes my family down there. Yeah, my uncle and several of my cousins, they're very much Florida men. So here's I love him to death. I love those guys to death. They are a great time, but they are Florida men through and through. So I get down there and hey Alex, how's it going? So my uncle, part of the reason my dad went down there was to stay at this my uncle's new house. He had just recently bought a new house. From Alabama, I know exactly what you mean about. They're just, I think most people know, you say Florida man. I think in most people's minds, I think there's a pretty accurate picture that automatically pops into someone's mind when you say Florida man. Florida man has pet gator confirmed. Okay, well, it just so happens, Jordan, what your statement there kind of relates to where I'm going next. So my uncle had, in the past year, he had just had a new house built. They're in the middle of Florida, kind of not too far from Lake Okeechobee. And so when I get down to his house and excuse me. So I get down to his house and he's like, hey, let me show you around the property. Gorgeous property, gorgeous house. He's got, when I stayed at his house, he's got a real nice, external barn / garage that has the most luxurious apartment built above the barn. I mean, this thing is like, it's a 5-star hotel. And that's what when he was having his house built, he had lived in this apartment until the house was done. So he's showing me around the property, and he's got a big cow pond toward the back of the property, and he has a couple of horses too. So we're walking around the property. He's just showing me, and he's like, "Hey, let's go back by the pond. I've got a gator back there." And he's been coming out, and I'm worried he's gonna start nipping at my horses. So we start walking back toward the pond, and sure enough, here's this alligator. He wasn't a gargantuan alligator. I'd say probably about 6 or 7 feet. This alligator was, but he's right by. He's right on. He's half in the water, half on the land, looking at the horses. And he's like, this sucker. He showed up here in these last couple of days, and I got to get him out of there. He's like, well, let's go back to the barn real quick. I've got an idea. And anytime, my uncle, anytime my uncle has an idea, it's usually a doozy. So we go into the barn. He's like, all right. It's so ridiculous. It's so funny though. He says, all right, I've got an idea. So he goes in, and I see him working over in the corner by his fishing gear, right? He's got a bunch of ocean. Oh no, there's an ad break coming. Should I pause for? Why don't we do this? Why don't the ad's only going to be a minute and a half. I just want to share this story. I'm going to run the ad real quick, and I'm going to take a break so I can refill my water bottle, and then I'll be back. Let me hang on just 1 second. I'm gonna run this ad a couple minutes early, and I'm just gonna go refill my water bottle, and then I'll be right back. All right, are the ads done? Everybody back? Ads done. Okay, good. All right, so where were we when we last left off before the break? Time for the epic conclusion of Radio's uncle's alligator idea. Yeah, hang on, let me. Yeah, so we had this. All right, hang on, let me change the screen. I just reconfigured all my Stream Deck buttons too, so it's just gonna take me a second to. Oh, here we go. All right, so yeah, he had an idea. So we go into his barn, and he's in the back corner by where all his ocean fishing gear is, and I see him back there working, and he's pulling some stuff off the shelf, and I can see he's putting a hook on one of his poles. I'm like, what's your plan? He's like, okay, here's the plan. I'm gonna throw this lure out there, and he's gonna attack this lure. And he put a treble. I don't know if anybody's a fisherman out there, but he put a treble hook on, but it was kind of a small treble hook. And a treble hook is like it's a fishing hook, but it's got 3 actual hooks on it instead of just like the one. It's like a set of 3. So he put this treble hook on this pole. He's like, all right, I'm gonna throw this lure out there, and he's gonna bite it. So I'm thinking, now you're telling me you're going to try to catch this alligator on this fishing lure? And he says, yeah. I'm like, what are you gonna do if you reel it in? He's like, no. I'm not reeling it in. Grab that rifle that's sitting on the refrigerator. I'm like, what the hell? He's like, yeah. He's like, grab that rifle. He this is what I mean. This is what I mean. Florida man. Okay. On the refrigerator that was inside the barn, he's got excuse me. Excuse me. Every time I laugh, I start loosening stuff up in my throat. He's got a loaded rifle sitting on top of the refrigerator that's in his garage. He's like, grab that rifle. I'm like, what do you think I'm gonna do with the rifle? Don't worry. I'm gonna hook this gator, and I'm gonna reel it in. Hell yeah, brother! He's like, I'm gonna reel it in, and when it gets close enough, I just want you to shoot it in the head. I'm like, all right. So, somewhere deep down, I'm probably Florida man too. I just live in Michigan, but I think if I lived in Florida, I would probably become Florida man. I think it's just in my blood. But anyway, Florida man adjacent. So I grabbed the rifle. I'm like, all right, let's see what we can do. And we eating this. So that's the thing. I'm thinking, okay, we get this gator. I don't know if anybody out there has had gator tail. I love gator tail. And in fact, the same uncle that I was visiting, when I was a kid, every year when we would have a family reunion, he would bring up a bunch of stuff from Florida. Like, he's a big wild boar hunter. Wild boars in Florida run rampant. So he would always bring up meat from boars that he had gotten, and then he would always bring up gator tail too. I had gator gumbo a year ago, and it was so good. Yeah, I'm a fan of it. Hi, Maribel. You could not pay me to go to Florida. I feel like the gators are driving. They're all over the place. I mean, they are all over the place. So okay, back to the story. So I grabbed this rifle off the top of Uncle Florida man's refrigerator. We go back out by the pond, and alligator's still out there. He's looking at the horses, and like, do these? I said, do alligators really go after horses? He's like, well. He's like, I'm not necessarily worried about him trying to kill him, but last thing, he's like, I don't want these gators to come up and bite their legs and injure them, because you get a horse with an injured leg, and that's bad news. So we go out there. Sure enough, here's this alligator. He's still kind of on the shore of the pond, and he's just watching the horse. The horses, they could care less. They're about, I would say at that point, they're at least 20 feet away. They're just grazing in the field that was right next to it. But the alligator was, just kind of keeping an eye on it. So my uncle throws out the hook, right? And it's a decent sized pond, and we're standing on the opposite end, because I ain't getting that goddamn close to an alligator, even with a rifle, right? So he casts out, and it took a couple of tries, but finally he got the gator's attention when he'd throw the lure in. So it noticed the lure landing in the water, turned around and started swimming toward it. And I'm thinking, oh shit, here we go. So after, I don't know, it took probably 6 or 7 casts, but sure enough, here this gator attacks this lure, right? And he gets on the lure, and my uncle starts reeling it in, but then the gator, after are you doing all this? No. The broken leg was years ago. The story that I'm telling right now about the gator, this is what just happened when I went to Florida a couple of weeks ago. So this is just a week's old story. So he gets the gator on the hook, and he's reeling in, and he's coming closer, but then it spits the lure and goes under. And we're waiting for it to come back up. A few minutes later, it pops its head back up to in this patch of reeds that's in the pond. So my uncle starts casting again, takes a couple of tries. Boom! The gator hits the lure again. My uncle's reeling it in, and he's like, all right. He's like, Stevie, get ready. Cause all my family down in Florida, they still call me Stevie. He's like, Stevie, get ready. He's like, I think we're going to be able to get it close enough to get a shot. And I'm a good shot with a rifle, so I wasn't worried about it at all. And he's like, all right, it was getting to be about 6 or 10 feet away. He's like, let me just see if I can get it to, I just want to get a little bit closer. He's like, just put a bullet in its head. So I raised the rifle. I'm waiting for it. It would go under for a second, sit on the bottom, try to spit the lure, and then come back up. And he gets it up within range. I'm getting ready to shoot. I'm like, all right, I'm getting ready to take a shot. He said, hold on for a second, and the line snaps, and the gator goes underwater. And the next time we see it, like 35 minutes later, he's on the opposite side of the pond. So after all that, I didn't even get to take a shot because he told me to hold on at the last second. But that's my Florida man story. Crazy stuff. I'm not joking. When I hadn't been in Florida or at my uncle's house for 10 minutes before he's like, Stevie, grab that rifle off the top of the refrigerator. We gotta get this gator. Stevie did not get to shoot the gator. Stevie probably would have. And then the whole time I'm thinking to myself too, I don't know what the laws are in this state. I just flew in from out of state. I've got a rifle in my hand. I know there's a specific gator season. But of course, Uncle Florida man, he's like, no, don't worry about it. Private property. We're protecting the horses. Don't have to worry about that. I'm like, all right, fine. What else happened? Oh, and then I spent, like I said, a couple of days down there. We did some airboating. A lot of times they'll go airboating in the Everglades, but this time he's got my uncle has a camp on a lake not too far from his house. We just took the airboat out to the lake and rode around for a few hours. Hi, Meepy. Hello. Welcome in, everybody. Appreciate everybody hanging out, by the way. I wasn't sure if, after I canceled myself a few weeks ago, if anybody would bother to show up, but I appreciate everybody hanging out. What else happened? That was about the most exciting part in Florida. Although the day coming home, no gator jerky, unfortunately. The shot never panned out because we went out a few times after, since I was staying at his house. We went out a few times after to see if the gator was gonna, resurface and present itself again. But I never saw it the rest of the weekend I was down there. But then I spent a couple of days down there, and then the rest of the weekend was great, except the day we had to travel back. Traveling with an unhealthy 73-year-old man with a broken arm and a closed eye is not the easiest thing to accomplish. But that was such a long day getting home, but we finally got him home. And it turns out, so my sister, while we were down there, she had made appointments with an orthopedic doctor. So as soon as he got back, he was able to get in, and thankfully they were able to just cast it. Let me see if I can find another. It's out. Can you guys even hear the music? I might have it turned down so low that it might not. It's stressful when your parents are sick. It is. And look, even when back in the day, when my dad was much healthier than he is today, anytime I would travel with him, he's like traveling with an extra kid anyway. So on top of that, add all of the injuries and all that other stuff, then it made for a very long day. But we made it back. He's doing fine. Didn't have to have surgery. He's in a cast for a while, but he'll be fine. Then we get back, and So like the next weekend, my wife and I went up to our cottage in northern Michigan, and my daughter, my son-in-law, and my grandson came up with us. So we spent a weekend up at the cottage. Well, the morning we're getting ready to come home, out of the blue, my wife starts feeling sick. This was like a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. She starts feeling sick. Oh boy. We get home, she tests positive for COVID. So we've just spent a couple of days in the cabin, and we get home, my wife tests positive for COVID. I wasn't feeling anything. Nobody else at that point had been feeling anything. But the next day, my grandson started showing signs, and so he got COVID. And thankfully, like the young ones, he definitely had a day where he was just very out of sorts. My daughter sent me a picture of him when he was feeling his worst, and he just had that look on his face like, I feel like I just got run over by a truck. But that was like just one day. The next day he started feeling better. But then as soon as he started feeling better, both my daughter and my son-in-law, they got it too, right? That's how it works. But so they were down for the count for a couple of days, but knock on wood, I don't know how I managed to escape it, but everybody's back to normal now, but I didn't. I managed to escape getting COVID. I've had it one time, and I was full on expecting to get it this time with everybody else. I'm getting it since we were all in the cottage together, but somehow I got lucky and escaped. I had COVID one time a couple of years ago. My wife and I traveled to Alaska, and like the very last day we were in Alaska flying home, I started feeling lousy, and then by the time we got home, I tested and I was positive with it, and it was like the worst cold I ever had. But that was my souvenir that I brought home from Alaska. Haven't got it yet, and I don't want to. I mean, I don't worry about it as much anymore. Yeah, I've had it the once. It was still bad, but I had been vaccinated. Whatever. Speaking of which, my wife and I were just talking. We're going to get our booster shots for COVID and the flu this week sometime. But I mean, I did have, like, during the worst of it, I did have a friend who died from it. But what made it worse is the vaccines had already been out, but he was not one that thought vaccines were necessary, and he paid the ultimate price. I'm high risk because of health stuff too, so I'm at, you gotta, because you don't know how it's going to affect you when you get it, right? I mean, especially if you've never had it. So yeah, I'm going this week because especially after they all got it this last couple of weeks. I mean, I just don't want to mess with it. So there's a new booster coming out soon. It is out in the States already. Yeah, I think I started seeing information on the new booster like 2 or 3 weeks ago in the States. So I wanted to wait a little bit until the flu shot, to get that and the flu shot at the same time, because I don't like messing with the flu either. Yeah, new one is out. I need to go. Yep, that's exactly what my wife and I are planning on doing this week. COVID has ruined your lungs, and I am sorry to hear that. That sucks. What else? I feel like it's been so long since I've had a chance to chit chat with everybody. What else has happened these last 3 or 4 weeks since I haven't been? Oh, I did have I did have a birthday on the 17th, so now I'm even an older guy than I used to be. Speaking of, does anybody else have wear these shoes by this company called Hey Dudes. My wife got me a pair of these Hey Dudes shoes for my birthday, and they're like the most amazing shoes I've ever had. They're like, they weigh nothing and they're super comfortable. They are such straight match. I don't know. I don't know. I don't remember ever hearing them before, but she had just gotten me a pair. And they're awesome. They're really nice. They kind of look like a bit like a boat shoe, but whatever material they're made of, they're featherweight light, and they're super, super comfortable. They're definitely good kicking around shoes. Indoor and Sklurp blew up the zombie server. Yeah, I spent some time. On that zombie server. I'm kind of bummed that whole thing happened, because we were having a good time on that zombie server. Speaking of, I gotta figure out what my next RP step is. I have been. That server had so much. It did. I was bummed out when that stuff happened. But as I said, on my Discord, I mean, if people, if folks that I care about aren't comfortable on a particular server, and I spend a lot of time, I'm not going to spend any time. Come to GTA. So I actually have been spending a little bit of time in the GTA world. I have a character on that 70s GTA server that a few folks are playing on. But I haven't been on that one in a while. I haven't gamed a whole heck of a lot these last couple of weeks. We've had a lot of other stuff going on. But I have a character there, which the 70s era, and then I do also have a character on another modern day GTA server called High Life. I don't know if anybody's heard of that, but it's just a public. My thought was I would create a character and see if spending time in the GTA environment was even something I would have fun doing, because I did it before and I'm like, it's not really my gig. So I've spent a little bit of time out there. So I mean, I don't know yet. I know a lot of folks are playing, like Maribel. I saw you playing Prodigy last night. I know Habibi is on Prodigy, and Cal and several others, but I don't know. I'm gonna check stuff out. I mean, I don't want to rule anything out, permanently. But what I do know is I don't necessarily want to go through the whole like whitelist application process and cost to get on a particular server just to find out that it's not really my thing, right? I mean, some people have been exploring Emerald Plains. Yes, I just learned about that. In fact, I don't know if Miss Porkers is still in the chat, but I had jumped into Miss Porkers' chat the other day and saw that Emerald Plains server, and I might check that out, because I'm kind of fiending for some good Red Dead roleplay. It's been a minute. I mean, the last Red Dead roleplay I've done at all was the zombie server. Excuse me, which we were having a good time at. But then since then, I haven't really been able to figure out what I want to do yet on that, because I don't know about a lot of the other servers. I mean, I have given thought, these last couple of days to this Emerald Plains. I might check that out. Every so often I'll get pinged by some Gold Rush people saying, "Hey, why don't you come back and check us out?" And come spend time. And there's a lot of characters still on Gold Rush that I really enjoyed time with, but I don't know. I haven't figured it out yet. But we'll figure something out. Oh man, we're 50 minutes in and I haven't even like started up a game. I downloaded the game that I was planning on playing today. I downloaded this new game called Satisfactory. Has anybody out there played it? I've been looking for like just a game that I can grind the hell out of. And I've been seeing some streamers playing this Satisfactory game, and it looked like it was a lot of fun and something that I could get into. So I was going to check that out this morning. But I've got a couple of more things that I was wanting to. Oh, here's what I wanted to talk to you about. Is there anybody in the stream today that was with me like a year or so ago when I did that stream and when I did the pen turning, the wood turning? Is anybody here that saw that? It was like a long time ago. So there, it's coming up on that time of year. I always make stuff like, presents and gifts and stuff as we come close to the holidays. So check this out. What I've got set up. We're getting ready. We're getting ready for some future woodworking streams. I think the last time when I did it before, I had just threw something together real fast to, be able to show it on stream. But yeah, so now I've got a decent setup down there. I don't have supplies yet that I need to do what do the first couple of projects. Probably go out and pick some stuff up this week, but this is coming. So we'll spend a little bit of time doing, making some projects. The other thing, arts and crafts with Pappy. The other thing that I've got planned. This is a longer term plan, and in fact, when it's an idea that I had, after I had started my hiatus, and it's always funny, like how my brain works is I stopped doing something for a minute because I don't know what else. I don't know what else I should do with a particular thing. You know what I mean? And then I stopped doing it. And then within a couple of days later, I get like this rush of ideas. Oh, you could do this. You could do that. You could do this. So I was going through this, the same process. Like this is stuff that wakes me up in the middle of the night. Anyway, one of the things that I've been considering for a while is doing some more motorcycle travel. So what I've started doing, I've started drafting a game plan for next year, probably late summer before it gets too cold. But I'm gonna be taking probably gonna be. Right now, I'm guesstimating it's going to be about a month-long trip, but I'm going to be riding the motorcycle from where I live in the Detroit metro area out to Alaska. So I'm planning on riding the bike out there. Then when I get out there, my wife and I are going to work it out where she's going to fly in right about the time that I'm expected to arrive in Alaska. We'll spend some time there. She'll fly home and then I'll ride back. But the reason I was bringing that up is because, I think it's an opportunity for me to do some, just to do some fun other types of content, about, just kind of how I'm doing preparations for it. Cause it's a pretty big undertaking. It's going to be a long trip. Likely ban evader restricted. Yeah, you guys probably can't see that. It's restricted anyway. So there's a lot of preparation that I need to do to get ready for that type of type of trip. So including getting into better physical condition, because that's quite the undertaking. And so one of the things that I've been able to do these last 3 weeks is I've started getting myself back into a a good just exercise and getting healthier habit, because before I do that kind of thing, I want to make sure I'm in good physical condition to be able to handle that kind of ride, because it's going to be a long trip across Canada. So it's going to be a good chunk through Canada. What I've initially started planning was I'm going to ride from Michigan up into, I think where I'm probably going to cross into Canada is kind of on the westernish side of Montana, and where Montana and Canada meet, and then go up to where the Alaska Highway starts, and then ride the Alaska Highway in Canada the rest of the way. But how I've got it kind of initially drafted out is that it's gonna be at least 11 or 12 days each direction, without riding so many miles that it's just exhausting. I can ride an X amount of miles each day, but then still spend a little bit of time in each area, and it still be a reasonable ride and continue on. So yeah, probably I don't have I haven't decided on the exact dates yet, because my wife and I are kind of mapping out other trips and stuff that we've got planned. But my initial goal is probably late next summer is when I'm gonna plan to do that. And we got an ad break coming up in 20 seconds, and I really need to use the bathroom, so I'm gonna kick off the ads, and then I'll be right back. Frequent pissing, better get that checked. No, it's I drink like a gallon of water every day, and historically speaking, my bladder volume is not the greatest. So yes, I go to the bathroom quite a bit. Are the ads over? I can't tell. I think they might be. What were we talking about? Oh, and I went to make some coffee too. I think the ads are still going. Well, speaking of, just on the topic of getting healthy, I was going through, we were when you were discussing your prostate. Yeah, true. Fair. I guess everything's fair game. But speaking of, getting healthier and staying healthier, do you guys want to see this picture I came across of myself pre COVID when I was in like probably the best shape of my life is. This is kind of what, spurred me to get back on the horse. Hey, what's up, Scotty? Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can find this picture. Oh my god, pre-COVID, I was in probably some of the best shape of my life, and then COVID hit, and my entire routine got jacked, and then I got lazy, and then I just destroyed it. Let me show you. Let me find this picture. I used to be um, before COVID hit and before I got lazy. Did a lot of cycling. I would go up at our cat cottage and go on like day long bicycle rides. Hold, hold. Injured my spine, then COVID hit and became bedridden. Yeah, I mean, it that whole thing just jacked up my routine so bad. Look at this guy from this was I want to say I think this was the summer before COVID hit. So this is yeah, who dat? I know, right? That's what I say anytime I look at that picture. I think this picture I took, I was in the middle. I think I was on like a 70 mile. I think I was on a 70-mile bike ride that day. I had stopped halfway. So yeah, yeah. It was a big long ride. I got up. I woke up at like 5 o'clock that morning and hopped on the bicycle and just I was gone for. I think I got back about 3 or 4 o'clock that afternoon. I did a ton of cycling. I miss it too. I kind of looking forward to getting back on that horse again as well. But yeah, so that's kind of what I've got, in the mind, in my mind. We're gonna, for some other stuff, we're gonna be spending some time in the wood shop, and then, I'm also gonna be doing some stuff, as I prepare for basket trip, um, and and then so I'm thinking too, like, a month long motorcycle trip out to Alaska. That's going to give me an opportunity to, put together some nice, some nice videos. Horse is the name of your bicycle? Yeah, pretty much. You looked handsome then, and you look handsome. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate you. Yeah, Hornet. Yeah, I was talking a little while. I don't know. I don't know if you were watching me back then, but about a year or so ago, I did a couple of streams. I don't even remember how many I did. It was only one or two at the most, where I had set up a camera in my wood shop and was doing some wood turning. So I'm gonna do some more of that because it's really fun. I know, and I mean the feedback I got at the time was like, hey, there's a handful of folks that that find that interesting too. So why the heck not? Why the heck not? Well, you are a blacksmith. True. It's a real life hobby of mine too. I don't know if I've ever said that before. I have I have done some real life blacksmithing as a hobby. Well, more bladesmithing, not so much blacksmithing, but I've smithed some knives in my lifetime. A few other small blacksmithing projects, but So yeah, I'm really hoping I can figure out what my next step here for RP is soon. I think I definitely am gonna check out that Emerald. What is it called? Emerald something or another. I think that might be the next best option to look at. So I'm gonna give that a shot, and yeah, I'm gonna poke around in some GTA Emerald Plains. Yeah, thank you. I'm gonna poke around in GTA. I would love to get hooked on GTA RP as well, but I mean, to this point, I haven't been able to. But at the same time, you know, I can't rule it out because I haven't really put forth what I would call, you know, a best effort to do good role play on GTA servers yet. So, you know, I haven't given myself that chance yet. Can't wait to see your woodworking. My dad loved to do that too. Woodworking is my happy place. You know, that's and it's not just turning. I do wood turning. I've done it a lot. But just like making stuff in general, I don't think I have. I have a lot of stuff that I've built over the years down in my basement. But when I was a little kid, I would go to my grandparents' house, and my grandfather, pretty much every minute that he was not at work at the General Motors plant, he was at home in his wood shop. And when I would go over to visit, my little rear end was sitting on the stool right next to my grandfather, watching him do that stuff. And I developed just, you know, a lot of enjoyment out of watching him, learning from him. And then, you know, that carried over into, because I mean, most times, even today, I mean, I'm 52 years old, but even today, when I'm standing at my wood lathe, or if I'm in my garage, in my workshop out there, and I'm making something, my grandfather is at the forefront of my mind. You know, I can't not be working on something in the shop without constantly thinking of him. So I think that's also another reason why, why I love it so much. My grandpa Gary made those boats in a bottle top. I've never tried that, but yeah, that's I like to think I'm a patient guy when it comes to some of that stuff, but that's a whole different level. That's a whole different level of patience and in being able to work with in controlling those very small tiny parts. And I'm not so good at that. You know what? So we are. Can't believe I've been yapping for over an hour. Where did this hour go? My dad passed away in 2020. He was a construction worker, had his own business. He got into woodworking and was hoping to do that when he retired. Yeah, it's just, it puts me in the zone, right? If I'm doing that, I'm just I'm just focused on that. Nothing else, you know, nothing else surrounding me matters at all. I'm thinking about what I'm doing. I'm thinking of my grandfather. You know, it's just, and now that I've got a grandson, I've got like a billion things that I want to make for him. I think one of the things that I'm going to make for him for Christmas is I'm going to make him a little rocking horse, but it's going to be a motorcycle. I'm going to make him a little motorcycle rocking horse. What do you feel like playing this morning? So I had intended on playing this new game called Satisfactory. Let me adjust some stuff. We'll get into some games here. That's a fun one. Have you played it more time? I haven't tried it yet. I just downloaded it the other day and installed it, but I have not. I haven't played it yet. So I've seen other streamers playing, and it looks like a game I could get into. Yeah, that's. I'm hoping. Let's see. Prairie. Yeah, we'll get him. We'll get him. See if we can poke around for a few. Switch over to this screen. I'm a huge sucker for cozy, chill survival games. Those are, I mean, that's actually my favorite genre, to be honest. That's super loud. All right, let me get a couple things sorted here real quick. Immediately intrigued by this? Yeah, so I mean, I have like a general idea of the overall gist. I mean, it's I think like somehow you're on another planet, and you have to try to save humanity by like manufacturing stuff to. All right, so let's see. I wonder if there's a character. Maybe I should have Pappy be a factory engineer. Do I look like a goddamn factory engineer? Now let's see what this does. Ideal for first-time pioneers, suitable. Oh, this is the environment. Okay. Also, Steph is working but says hi and hopes you're good, and it's great to see you back. Thank you very much, Steph. Well, if you see the VOD, thank you so much. Alright, I think this is probably the best one. What are the other options? Rocky Desert. Okay, well, we don't want to go to the desert. We're going to start here. Enter session name. Call it. Mariposa, hello. Unable to skip the onboarding. No, I don't want to skip that because I don't know anything about the game. Is there a character creation in this? If there's a character creation, then I'm definitely... Oh, change the game category. Thank you so much. Still have...
Separation from main transport complete. Group 8 delivered to Calistian region. All pioneers functional, initiating dispersion.
Alright, this is...
Attention,
what do we call this? Is
Pioneer.
satisfaction.
I am Ada, your personal instance of the artificial directory and assistant. Welcome to the Fixit Incorporated Save the Day program. A Fixit Pioneer has 3 core assignments. Construct. All pioneers must follow Fixit guidelines and instructions when constructing any building. Automate. Every pioneer is responsible for setting up and managing efficient pipelines, outposts, and power infrastructure. Explore and exploit. Fixit selected planets are rich with resources suitable for direct use or further investigation. Stay within your designated. And that is why the world is counting on pioneers like you. Fixit. Short-term solutions to long-term problems. Initiating planetfall. Atmospheric entry in 3, 2, 1. Beginning aero assist. Drag within acceptable parameters.
Is the game volume okay, or is it too loud?
Descent phase begun. Decelerating.
Looks like it might be.
Deploying parachute. Deploying backup parachute. Skipping parachute. Landing phase begun. Activating retropropulsion.
All right, I just turned it down. Let me know if it's too low now. It's good. Okay.
Touchdown. Planetfall complete. Drop pod integrity nominal. Omni situational exploration suit nominal. Pioneer. Acceptable. Congratulations, you are the third in your region to survive planetfall. Welcome to Massage 2, AB-B, in the binary system of Akicha. Loading objective-based introduction. Begin
Use
onboarding.
WASD to move. Use mouse to look around.
First contact safety tool supplied due to presence of alien megafauna. Adhere to Fix-It procedure and equip the Fix-It Inc. Xeno Zapper before leaving the drop zone.
Well, that brings up. I'm pressing my W, but it's bringing up this menu. Okay, I've got some. Oh, I bet that'll work now. Oh, okay. I was in a menu mode or something. Press tab to open inventory. Drag and drop equipment to a hand slot to equip it. What do we have? We have a Xeno Zapper.
I know you like this hat. Don't
Sully,
even try it.
thank you very much for the 2 months. I appreciate you. Standard issue self-defense electroshock melee weapon. Okay, I guess we'll put that in our hands. Thing we got.
Next objective, dismantle the drop pod. Fix-It Incorporated as cost-effective and efficient. We do not waste. The drop pod will be recycled to construct the first stage of the habitat and utility base, often referred to as the hub.
Press F to enter the dismantle. Shh. Damn, I almost. Let me walk around. Mouse sensitivity seems a bit. See if I can adjust my mouse sensitivity a little bit. Pretty low. Oh, but that feels much better. Okay, what is it? Press F to enter the dismantle module while in mode. Hold LMB to dismantle. Okay, we're in dismantle mode. Left mouse button to oops.
Next objective, use the resource scanner to find and collect additional iron to be able to build the hub. If you cannot find iron, be assured scans of the planet have revealed sufficient iron sources.
Hold V to bring up the resource scanner. Okay, so up at the top I see... Okay, so it's giving me an idea of the distance. Wait, where'd my... Oh, dismantle that, that's what I said. Select iron and release V to scan. Okay, so most of our... Okay. Tips. The location of the scanned resource nodes will appear on the HUD compass. Press V to quickly scan again. Okay, so what's the closest one? Can you run? Okay. Jump. Alright, so those Controls seem to be pretty standard. Flowers.
Potential edible collected. If consumed before authorized as compatible with the human digestive system by Fixit, the consumer is responsible for any and all consequences. Store this potential resource for later use.
Still. Kind of a nice looking game. So what can I do with this stuff? No idea what I'm going to need these for, but I bet I'm gonna. Might as well grab some while we're out and about. E. All right, I see some iron down there. Hold V to bring up. Okay, so we're still on that. E to start mining.
Next objective. Use the build gun to construct the hub. Iron is a base component necessary for all near future progress, so ensure you build the hub close to iron sources. Fixit does not pay by the kilometer.
What do I need to... Alright, so to build this hub, the heart of your factory, this is where you complete Fixit milestones to unlock additional schematics for building. Okay, so this is home... Damn! Okay. Let's get some iron. What did it say I needed? 20. Okay, I've got enough for that. Okay, so I'm gonna... So... build the hub, and then I guess we can... Alright, let's find... Is there a map? Like, how do you know where you are in the world? Map marker mode. I wonder if that's just the map. Toggle HUD T. Trains. Okay, what happens if you... What does T do? It's just a modes. Okay. Well, figure that. Oh wait, what was... Damn, what was that map marker mode? I already forgot what the map marker mode was. Options, key bindings. Do I hear an animal sneaking? Oh, here's the map. M. Oh, it doesn't let me do... Okay, I must have to progress before I can even look at the map. What the hell? That's what you get. Log remains.
Samples of new alien species acquired. Notable features are blunt teeth, suggesting it is herbivorous, and a thickly plated skull and spine, suggesting it is
Shoot it,
proficient
Steve.
at inflicting and receiving blunt force trauma.
Am I gonna
Preserve
regret
the
telling
remains
Florida
for
Man's
later
story?
study.
I probably am, aren't I? That's all right. That's all right. It's a fun story. Makes me laugh. Okay. Efficient Pioneer would build the hub near. Oh, I think the game's making fun of me already, because it's saying you should build near the hub, and I ran or from the iron, and I ran away from the iron. I guess it doesn't.
Potential edible collected.
Guess you wouldn't
Eating
build
and
it right on
surviving
top
does not
of.
count as a valid field test and does not generate enough data for Fixit to make an informed decision. Store this potential resource for later
Go
use.
Gators! Speaking of that, that just made me think of the Janice character. I'm not gonna do it today, but remind me at some point. I'm gonna do. I have an impression of Pappy doing an impression of Janice. Remind me to do that for you one day. I'm not gonna do it today. But Pappy can do an impression of Janice. All right, so this is near iron. Okay, so how about, that's the same iron nodes I was by. All right, so how about we pick a spot? I wonder if you can even move. Is this like a permanent thing? Oh, this is what I hate about these kind of games, because I don't know if I can move the hub once I build it, and then like, what if I put it down and then it's like the biggest mistake of the game, and then I can't change it. We're going for it. Let's work. This area 2, I don't know how big this thing is gonna. Stevie have any existential crisis? I know, right? These are the game decisions that drive me crazy. It probably doesn't matter so early game, but I don't know where I am. I wish I knew where I was, what the rest of the terrain looked like. I wonder if I should explore. Why don't we explore just a little bit before I make such a life-altering.
Don't even try it.
Hi, Momo. How are you? Thank you very much for the 11 months. Happy to see you. I missed hanging out with all you guys for real. Cause you know what's happened. Let me tell you what's happened to me. Like since in the time that I've been streaming. Since I started streaming and hanging out with all of you while playing video games, what I've started realizing is, in most situations, if I'm just playing a video game without like you guys hanging out, it's just boring. So I think either that or I've just become a Twitch addict. I don't know. He loves us. I mean, let's not get carried away, but oh god damn it! I'm under help. I'm under attack. Bro. Oh wow. Oh okay. Oh okay. Fine. Oh, hearing that also reminds me. I think a lot of folks probably burned through a lot of their channel points. I reduced the cost of all those blurps, because I think most folks were probably out of channel points. Although I don't know who still has like a boatload of channel points. Momo.
I'm gonna keep it real. I'm gonna keep it nasty.
Yeah, Hoyna and Katie, how much did you guys say? Oh, see,
What the hell?
33K, 100. Okay, so Katie still has 139K. Ooh. Damn. Maybe I made those blurps too cheap. Not me. I sure as hell used that. You did. You did. That was like your favorite one.
Slay Queen, house down boots, occur.
Only have 1.4K just means I need to. That's right. It's super easy. Okay, I need a focus radio focus. Oh, I was going in. Oh, I was going in an east. I want to head it like just in a general. No, you can't attack me and then just run away, dude. I want to head in more like. I'm just gonna kind of head east for a few. See if we see anything interesting. Before I make... Oh, wait. Okay, so what if I...
Oh,
you mad?
Here we go.
Oh, that's unfortunately they both played at the same time. You got like a 2-for-1. That's a long way down. Oh, that's what I was doing. I was trying to get... How do I get down to... Can I get down there without... Okay, there is fall damage. Not too much, though. Let's go toward... Okay, so here's some other iron nodes. Radio sounds a little like toast. Oh, do we have the same gasp? Is there a sound redeem for your gasp? No, not yet. There could be, I suppose. That guy looks like he could do some serious damage to me. Oh, you know, just I didn't mention this earlier, but you know, you can all consider yourselves sponsors of my upcoming Alaska trip, because effectively what I'm going to be doing is all the, you know, any income that I do get from streaming is going to be used to prepare and do the Alaska trip. So Radio's Alaska trip is sponsored by all of you. Well, Momo coming in with a 3-stream streak.
Let me give you uppies.
Well, thank you very much, Wayne.
To Alaska, Derek.
To Alaska, Derek.
I know you like this hat.
Solely.
Don't even try it.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you. You guys are awesome. You guys are awesome.
I know you like this hat. Don't even try it.
Oh, and here comes the bone. Damn, okay. I guess I'm an idiot because I knew this September thing was going on, but I didn't realize like that was part of the deal where like Twitch did a bonus sub when someone did that. That's pretty cool. Last few days, oh, that's all right.
I know you like this hat. Don't even try it.
Chlorine, thank you so much for the 3 gifted. Appreciate you. Am I still heading east? Yes, I'm still heading east. Okay, all right, let's make a decision. We got to make a decision. Okay, I don't know if I like this area though. Damn. I think I like that other area better. Hang on, I just got a text. And I just knocked over some stuff off my table. Oh, come at me, bro. Come on. You want some? You want some? Hey, you're getting your licks in. Okay, fine. See, are these getting... Oh my god, he's kicking my rear. Bro! How do I heal myself? You're gonna kill... Okay, Stevie out. How do I... Wait, should I try to eat something? Will that help me heal? Oh, eat to restore 1 health segment. Okay, how do you actually use it?
I know you like this hat. Don't even try it.
Metaposa, thank you very much for the 9 months. Do I have to put food in my hand and then? Oh, okay, all right. Okay, we're all right. We're doing good. All right, let's have another. Let's have another berry here. All right, you know, I know we've been on the topic of, you know, how frequently I need to use the restroom today, and I've got to use it again. I'll be right back. We love a healthy bladder. Notes P frequency schedules prostate exam for radio. Really? You're going to go ahead and schedule that appointment for me? Well, thank you. Thank you for looking out for my well-being. No, you know, it's like streaming is a vicious cycle when it comes to that, because like I get so thirsty when I talk, because it's nonstop chit chat, and it gets me so thirsty, and then I drink a ton of water, and I have a small bladder, and then I got to go to the bathroom all the damn time. All right, let's see, what were we doing? Okay, we have to make a decision. All right, we are making a decision on where we're putting this. Yep, there you go. Chat makes radio thirsty. Oh no, is it getting nighttime? Oh shit, there's nighttime in this game. That's true. You know what? Katie is actually 100% correct. Pappy did get checked for prostate issues within the past year, so we're good. Which, for the record, I have as well, so we're still good. You know, you get to that certain age where, you know, you go in for your regular annual physical, and they just you know, you have to do all the fun stuff, and that's one of them. But you know what? Sign me up, because the last thing I'm gonna do is go out for some stupid reason because I didn't have a simple test done. You know what I mean? Give all that stuff to me. Unauthorized hostility. Why these? I'm not kidding. These things keep. Oh wait, I don't have my weapon. I don't have my weapon. This weapon is not that good. I feel like I'm under attack by these guys, and damn it, I'm back down to half health. Okay. No, this guy's he's still got aggro on me, man. Come on, I'll put you down. Come on, come on. Yep, yep. You see me, big boy. Is he? Oh, maybe he's stuck up on that ridge. Okay, we're going back this way. I think. I'm gonna build closer to that last iron node that I was at. Where is that last iron node? So I think it was this way. Right, I'm gonna just drop at the... As a woman person, I scoff at the limited probing you and prodding you endure. Prodding and probing. I'm sure that's 100% correct. I know what men, you know, just on healthy healthy checkups and stuff, the average poking and prodding that men have to go through is probably considerably less than what women have to go through. I ain't complaining. You're gonna see me complain about that. Okay, we're gonna build in this area. Wonder what that green cloud is. Okay, so down in this area, it does... I don't know how much space I'm gonna need for this initial. So I think for this first one, I'm gonna put it right there because this is kind of too hilly and whatnot. I think I'm gonna put it right down in this area, and that green stuff might be useful. Okay, decision made. No turning back now.
Hub foundation built. The hub terminal and crafting bench are only the humble beginnings of a successful Fix-It pioneer, but essential for the next steps of onboarding. Once finished, the hub will function as your base of operations. Next objective, complete Hub Upgrade 1.
Hub Upgrade 1. Alright, let's see what this... Hub upgrades and their cost can be found and activated in the hub terminal. Parts like iron rods can be crafted at the bench. Oh, okay. Hub upgrade 1. This is what I want to do. Recently started taking testosterone. I'm trans, and now I have to look out for some of the fun high-risk things like typical... Yep. There you go. There you go. Of course, thankfully I'm pretty healthy. I don't know what a lot of those high-risk stuff for men is. I did last year, was it? Yeah, it was before I took the early retirement in the spring. I did get to that age where I had to have a colonoscopy done, which again, I was at the doctor and she said, well, you know, you've hit the age. And I'm like, yep, sign me up. Let's go do it. And so I went, had that done. And then they did find some polyps. So I've got to go back. I think they I forget what the regular interval is. I don't know if it's like 5 or 10 years, but I got to go back, and they wanted me to come back after 3 years and get another one. They didn't come back as anything, but I think if they find anything, they recommend that you... Colonoscopies are good, clean fun. Mm-hmm. The best part of the colonoscopy was just the going under part, right? Because they knocked me out, and like that couple of seconds where you're like just falling to sleep for that surgery, then It's pretty nice. I came in and the first word I heard, sorry about that, Yoda. Yeah, that was just unfortunate timing. All right, what am I making? What am I making? I already forgot what I was making. Hub upgrades. Okay, so so these are the things I need to make, and this is the cost. So I need iron rods. So I need to make iron rods here. Iron ingots. Do I have 32 iron ingots? No, I have iron ore. There's a horror video game about colonoscopy. That doesn't surprise me. I have to select the milestone. Over here, you mean I have to select the milestone? Oh. Oh, yep. I totally did not see that. Thank you, Pinky. So does it show like... Okay. So now I've got to pump 10 iron rods into this. All right, how do I make iron? Okay, so can you change the quantity? Oh, you just hold it in it. I'm just gonna make all this iron ore. Did I say pump? I don't remember saying pump. All right, so I made that. Iron ingots. Okay, so I think I can make these iron rods now. How can I tell how many? Oh, okay, over here I have... Oh, wait, is this in my inventory? Oh yeah, okay, so I have 32. All right, so let's go over here. What happens if I... Boom,
Hub upgrade 1.
I'm
Storage
already an
completed.
expert at this game.
Equipment like the portable miner
Nice.
can now be made in the workshop. Congratulations on completing your first milestone, the first of many providing access to new recipes and technologies for the Fix-It mission. Next objective, complete Hub Upgrade 2.
Hub upgrade 2. Okay, so what's in here? So this is... Okay. Can you make more storage boxes? Why do I get a feeling like... Take all, store all. Put that in there. Okay. What do I need? The equipment workshop is used to craft equipment like portable miner. Use scroll up and down to swap between handheld. But what do I need to make again? Need to, oh, I need to select up hub grade number 2. Select this. So I need 20 iron rods and 10 iron plates. Okay, so this is where, okay. We're definitely going to need some more iron ingots. This direction was in this direction. Back up the hill. All right, so I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna finish this hub upgrade 2, and then I ended up chit-chatting so long today that I didn't play the game as much as I wanted, but that's okay. We're gonna finish this hub upgrade 2, and then we'll call it a day for now, but then I will be streaming again very soon, maybe even tomorrow. By the way, your roleplay tag is missing its second L, so it's... Oh, really? That's kind of funny. Are you talking about... let me look. Let me have a look and see what... Roll pay. Oh my god, that's so funny. I've had that up there from pretty much like day one, and I've never noticed that before. That's our sellout streaming. That's right. Maybe that's what this is. You know, I'm back from hiatus, and maybe you know, maybe it's taken this hiatus for me to really transform into the real sellout level. He only role plays when we pay. I see. There you go. Call him sell. Oh my god. All right. Hoynum is trying to be the first ever mod to be timed out. How about that? How about that? All right. Oh shit. Okay, that's how you find the hub. Okay. I see it on the map. We're gonna. Do I have enough? I don't even know if I have enough. He needs that Alaska road trip. But, you know, I'm just thinking, like, I've got, like, a lot of really good ideas. And quite honestly, like, what I'm thinking for that, the videos and stuff are probably more suited for like, a YouTube type environment. Oh, hang on one second. Do you want to say hello to the stream? Mrs. Radio just came in. Do you want to say hello to everybody?
Hi, stream.
Might not have been close enough.
Oh, hey, stream.
Okay, there you go. They can hear you now. I'm gonna be wrapping this up in a few. But I don't know. I've got some really good. I think I've got some really good ideas for some content based around that. But although I don't know, we'll see how suited it is for like actual IRL streaming. But I do want to. I think that would be fun too. I need 20 iron rods and 20 iron plates. Okay, so now I need to make 10 iron plates. Why can't I make... Oh, I can't afford the road. What am I missing? Iron ingots. Didn't I just go get a bunch of iron ingots? Oh, no. I gotta make iron ingot. Never mind. Okay, I'm no longer an expert at this game. I'm back down to noob level again for anybody who's keeping track for me. Thanks. Incoming ad break. Let me snooze. I'm gonna snooze there's an incoming ad break, but I'm gonna snooze it because I'm probably gonna be wrapping up before anyway. You know, since he was an expert once. Question around, what the hell? I clearly said I was an expert not even like 10 minutes ago, Katie, when I finished that first one. Everybody knows. Oh wait, shit.
Oh, you mad?
Okay, what do I thought I had what I need. Don't I have iron plates. Iron ingots. Okay. I see. Here we go. Hi, Mudstrill. How are you? Thanks for jumping in. Hey, I was just talking about Janice a few minutes ago. I was telling everybody that I'm not going to do it today, but at some point in the future, I'm going to do an impression of Pappy doing an impression of Janice. But we're going to save that for another day. Now you have to... I'm not doing the thing today. Now, what do we need? We'll save it for another day.
Hub upgrade 2, power and shell.
All right, so that takes us to... We finished Hub upgrade 2.
And the biomass burner generates power when fueled.
So, everybody, I'm going to call it a day there. Let me turn this volume down. But thank you so much, everybody, for coming and hanging out. I appreciate all the subs and the bits. You guys are awesome. I'm glad to be streaming again. I'm glad I took that these last couple of weeks off. It kind of gave me a chance to recharge my batteries a little bit. But I am so happy to be back. Looking forward to seeing you guys more frequently again. And I will see you all soon. Have a great day.